What's going on, my fellow degenerate traders? Hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope you made buttloads of money. In this particular update video, I want to be talking about what's going on in the overall market, but more specifically, I want to dive into what I personally saw going on in the market and how I use that to make $4,000 in one trading day. I'm talking about I opened and closed the position all today to pocket a nice 4K. So I want to be breaking that down all for you. Now, very quickly, before we get into all that, if you enjoy these type of daily updates, not only for the market, but also my personal trading journey, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. With that being said, let's rock. By the time the closing bell went dingity ding 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 today, Monday, November 6th, things were looking good, which is a nice continuation to the upside. Nasdaq closes higher Monday to notch longest winning streak since January. If we take a look at the overall market, the SPY was up 0.23%, the Qs were up 0.41%, Bitcoin sitting a hair just below 35K, and Ethereum sitting just below 1900. I know it didn't feel like the biggest, best bullish day, but when you consider this recovery into the end of the day in both SPY and QQQ, things across the board were in general in the green. Now, not every sector had an amazing day. Most of the board was green, but if you break down the S&P 500, you're going to look at a little bit of weakness over here in energy. That was, as Rick Santelli would say, the fly in the ointment, but across the board, it was another green day. If you take a quick peek at the daily chart of the SPY, you'll notice that even though today was a green day, maybe not as big, not as gigantic as a leap forward as we saw last week, but yes, overall, we did close higher than the closeout last week. So the bulls, I would argue, still have the slight edge. Obviously, this is also true for the Qs, a little bit more prominent here. I want to talk about what I saw going on this morning, and I even covered this on the stream. I do stream every single day from 9 to 11 and just kind of share my thoughts on the market, cover some breaking news, but I really want to get into what I saw and then also how that drove me to make certain trades. So coming back to a little bit more of the 15-minute chart, I saw a lot of chop. If I'm being honest, I saw chop sideways, and then I have some various indicators that I use that tell me most likely not the biggest range day, and that isn't the most wild call out because if you look at the Qs, if you look at the SPY, it's already been ripping, so maybe the engine is running out a little bit of gas. Because of that idea and because of that thesis, I decided to throw on these trades right here, which I called out to the Goonie community. It was a call credit spread on the SPY, 437 by 438, and also on the Qs, 370 by 371. Another way to say this is basically I was betting that the SPY would end the day below 437, which it did. I was also betting that the Qs would end the day below 370, obviously what they did. And for those of you who are a little bit more sticklers of, hey, prove it to me that you actually did it, it's easy to say whatever you want, and I get it. There's a lot of frou-frous in the world of retail trading. Here is actual proof of my own Webull account. Today, locked in 4.26K. And for those of you who just want the time and sales and everything that I did, you can look at this image right here. Here, I'll make it big just so you can see the time and all the positions I got into. Obviously, I played with a bit more size, but this was roughly a 40K account that I added 10% today. And obviously, as you could tell, I executed it all through Webull, which happens to be the sponsor of today's video. If you've watched any of my content in the past, there's a real good chance that you've seen me trading options on Webull. Yes, I love their option trading, but you might not know that their platform is actually a much more complete investing app. Through Webull's desktop, web, or even mobile app, you can access the markets for stocks, ETFs, and options, all of which can be traded commission-free, and there are no deposit minimums. If you enjoy trading covered calls, cash-secured puts, or even using something like the wheel strategy, I think that you'll find that commission-free trading makes a real difference relative to other platforms. If you're currently working to improve your trading or investing skills, or even if you just want to test out a new strategy, Webull offers a paper trading account not only for stocks, but also for options. It's a great way to hone in on your new methodology without risking any money. Check out Webull's cash management. They're currently offering 5% APY on your uninvested money, and it's protected by the FDIC up to $1 million. To assist you in making informed decisions, Webull's calendar section displays all of the upcoming economic data announcements, earnings, ex-dividends, and even IPOs. Personally, I find that this helps me stay on top of all the major events that might be impacting my own positions. As you could tell from all we've discussed, Webull is clearly an extensive investing application. But to make their offering even sweeter, Webull is giving all new users 12 free fractional shares each of which can be valued up to $3,000 on any initial deposit. If any of this sounds interesting to you, show Webull a little bit of love by clicking the link below, and thank you for supporting the channel. As we move forward through the remainder of the week, there are a couple things I'm going to be paying attention to. First of all, we're still in earnings season. For the remainder of the week, we have Uber, we have Celsius, we have Datadog, we have Rivian, Devon, Upstart, Oxy, Wish, we have Roblox, AMC, Disney, Twilio, Affirm, we have Under Armour. Later on in the week, we even have places such as Plug. So yes, even though the big names have already reported, we are still technically in earnings season, so I'm fully paying attention to that. To make the volatility even more fun, on top of earnings, we still have a handful of major macroeconomic events. You can check it out here in the newsletter I push out on the weekend, macros.locals.com. Also in there, if you signed up, that will get you connection to the Goonie Trading Discord, where I call out all my trades. So if you want to know what I'm doing and how to do a credit spread and what I'm seeing in the market, join up with the Discord, and I'm more than happy to explain to you what I'm seeing in the market. I'm not saying that I'm always right, but I am more than willing to at least share what I know and how I view the market. But obviously remember, I'm not clairvoyant. I don't have a crystal ball. Anyway, back to locals, which is once again how you can sign up for the Discord. Anyway, right here in the newsletter, this comes out every weekend. I give you an idea of the breakdown of the previous week, what I'm looking forward to the upcoming week, all the major macroeconomic events. Later on this week, Powell will be speaking 2 times, Wednesday, November 8th, and then once again on Thursday, you have that November 9th. I give you all the earnings and also seasonality. So today, from a seasonal perspective, is a very bullish day. And technically, since today was the green day, the seasonality actually ended up being correct. Not to the degree that a lot of people expected, but this day, the bulls have won this 75% of the time over the past 25 years. Pretty crazy. For the remainder of the week, the bulls are still in control. Tuesday, it's leaning bullish. Wednesday, leaning bullish. Thursday, bit bearish, and then on Friday, neutral, but recently it had a nice push to the upside. From a technical price action standpoint, what I'm looking for is pretty simple. If the SPY gets above and closes above 436, I'm watching 438. On top of that, we have the low 440s, maybe 442. If the market cannot hold these levels, breaks down below 433, there's the gap side to 431, and if things get dramatically bad, which I don't think they will, there's another downside gap fill to 423.50. I want to let you know that, first of all, predictions are nifty, everyone has one, but in reality, you make money by reacting to price action. My base case is sideways chop. We had a nice expansion to the downside. We had a nice expansion to the upside. Markets expand, then they contract. Then they expand, then they contract. Obviously, this has been a pretty beautiful expansion down and then up. So I'm of the opinion that it's time for a little bit of sideways chop. And on top of that, even though we have earnings and macroeconomic events, I'm not really sure if there's a major market catalyst that will continue things to explode to the upside or completely drop to the downside. So I think it's one of those points that we could have a bit of a breather, but obviously that's just my 2 cents. With respect to the tech sector, aka the Qs, I'm looking for maybe a test of this upside trend line, which we've had ever since really July of this year. That's a little bit higher up, around 370, 371. If there's really some bullishness still left in the tank, I'd be watching 374, but obviously if 367 can't hold, I just want to let you know that there is a downside gap fill to 363.68. So this is all kind of short-term stuff. I'm looking for the breakouts, the breakdowns, supports to be held, resistances to be rejected or broken out, or those supports to actually also be broken down. But I like to react to price. Like I said, it's okay to have a prediction, and maybe your thesis is going to be a right one, but the way that I find that I actually make money is just letting the price tell me what's going. Are we breaking out? Okay, if so, let's play it that way. Are we breaking down? Okay, if so, I'll play it that way. So I think sometimes, especially within the retail community, there's a lot of overcomplications of like this, that, the other thing. I think sometimes keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
That type of a vibe, the KISS methodology, I have found makes me the most money in the market. Maybe you agree with that, maybe you don't, but that's just really at least what's been working for me recently. So I just wanted to share it because I think it might be useful for someone to be a little bit more open and honest of their winning trades, their losing trades. As I showed you today, I don't know what's going to come in the future. Maybe it's going to be a slew of losses, and obviously that could be embarrassing, but who knows? Maybe I'm onto something, and maybe this simple methodology is really all you need for the market. Whatever it is, I will continue to share my own trading journey with you, whether it's good, bad, in the middle. I find that transparency tends to be the best methodology. That's what I have for you now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to stick around for this crazy journey, I hope I've earned your subscription. I'll catch you in the next video.
Peace out.